Well, it's game day, so you know what time it is. Time for weekly rotation number 16. Stay tuned. Intro. So welcome back after that short intro. Before I get into weekly rotation 16, I'm gonna post screenshots from last week's two winners of the 150 sub giveaway. It should be some on the screen somewhere. Going to post the first one. That's the first place. The second screenshot will be the second place. Please comment if you want, what you won. Please comment down below, your first place, what you want. And, email me, which will be in the descriptions, an address, P.O. box, something, so I know where I'm sending them to. But now let's start off with weekly rotation number 16. Starting off on Monday from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and that is M7. I believe this is one of the best beginner ouds you can get into. Mandarin, patchouli, oud, and what else is on here? Cyst. So what you're going to get from this, you're going to get like not a juicy, but you will get a bright and airy mandarin to start off with. You're going to get the oud wood. I believe it's some other woods as well. It's not just oud, but mandarin, oud, and I believe either the cyst or the myrrh is giving it the slight incensey sense or qualities throughout the life of the fragrance, or most of the life of the fragrance. This one is, I definitely believe, is great for the cooler weathers. You're going to get anywhere between 7 to 10, maybe 11 hours of, longevity. Me, I generally get around that 7-hour mark of usable longevity, with the next 3 or 4 hours being, very close to a skin scent, if not a skin scent. And the projection is, above moderate, or above average for the first hour and a half, going on between an hour and a half and that 2.5 hour mark. I do still believe it's relevant in 2020 for the fact it's something, most oud beginners can dip their toes into. It's not, medicinal. It doesn't barnyardish or fecal oud. This is a beautiful fragrance right here. I mean, it depends on your setting, clothing style and personality, if you're going to get compliments or not, but you're definitely going to smell good, dipping your toes into oud. So for Monday, from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, that is M7. On Tuesday, I went with one of my newest acquisitions within the last month. I wore it as a, pretty much as either a signature scent, or was just wearing it for a full week before I dropped my review. And that's from the house of Carthusia, and this is Terra Mia. As I stated in that review, if you're looking for, the sweet coffee fragrance, if you don't have many, or you want one on the niche side of things, I think this one will definitely fit the bill. You're going to get, bergamot, neroli, coffee, hazelnut. The rose in here is pretty jammy. I mean, it's bright with the bergamot, it's sweet with the coffee and hazelnut, and it's, jammy with the rose, and it's kind of tart with the orange blossom. So you're going to get the best of all worlds. And the good thing about this coffee scent, as you see, the juice is clear, but the performance on this one is very great. I mean, you're going to get anywhere between, I would say, and this is just estimating, with the worst skins, or the skins that tend to drink up fragrances, you're going to get 7 hours on the low end, up until the 11, 12-hour mark with this. So, and for a niche fragrance, for this to be $80 for I believe this is a 50 mil, yes, you can't go wrong with that. So for Tuesday, from the house of Carthusia, and that is Terra Mia. For Wednesday, I went with one of my bargain bin, smart reach fragrances. This is going to probably be a staple in my collection for the rest of the time, that I'm collecting fragrances and just wearing them in general. And it's from the House of Bentley, and it is Bentley for Men Intense. I love this one right here. Boozy, tobacco, dark, sultry. I love this one right here. Performance on this. Almost in that beast mode category, especially for a designer release. You're going to get anywhere between 8 to 12 hours. I'm generally on the 9 to 10 hour mark. Projection on this is very heavy that first 2 hours. The next 2.5 to 3 hours is still going to be above average. It doesn't sit close to my skin until around that 6.5 hour mark. This one right here, go easy on the trigger, especially if you're in an enclosed environment. If you're going to work and sitting in close quarters with people, you might want to just go 2-3 sprays at the max. I generally like 5 sprays with most of my fragrances, but I don't want to use 5 sprays when I'm going to work and in a cubicle environment, because this will get annoying to some people. So for Wednesday, in the House of Bentley, that is Bentley for Men Intense. For Thursday, I went with another, recent acquisition in my collection, and it's from the House of Giorgio Armani, and it is Acqua di Gio Absolute Instinct. This one right here, I'm actually starting to like a lot more. This is in a woody, aquatic / sweet fragrance right here. I mean, actually, just due to all the bad reviews on it, I was kind of skeptical on getting it, but I had to, test it for myself. And to my surprise, I actually like this one. I'm pretty much going to be wearing this a lot more in the spring, cooler summer days, and definitely the fall. I'm going to test it out in the winter as well to see, how it stands up to the cold weather. But just from the ambiance or just a few test drives, test wears I've worn this, it's going to be 50-50 if it's going to last up to, in the cold weather, especially 40 degrees or below, but we'll see. But this one right here, I think you should test this out for yourself, at least get a sample. Don't go by everybody else's reviews or words, for the fact you might be pleasantly surprised by this. Once again, it's not too bubblegum sweet. It is sweet, but, just being a woody aquatic and, taking that original Acqua di Gio DNA and just slightly veering to the right, I don't think it's bad. Especially if you like the line, I would test this one out. This one is, pretty much on the chopping block. But Armani website do have a code for 50% off of this. Well, at least when I bought it, you have to check. But so, to get a 75 mil for $53, it wasn't bad at all. So for Thursday, that is Thursday, Acqua di Gio Absolute Instinct. For Friday, I felt like, getting dressed up, and I needed a fragrance that was going to personify that, I should say, for lack of better words. So from the House of Chanel, I went with Boy. And this is my 7.5 or something like that milliliters splash bottle directly from Chanel from an alternate purchase. This right here, I'm mad as all that I'm running through it because I'm going to have to cough up to 200 or 220 bucks for, a full size bottle. But this right here, if you like the Tom Ford Beau de Jour, if you like Zaharoff, if you like Platinum Egoist, I think, it's pretty much in the same wheelhouse of, great gentlemanly, clean, sophisticated fougères. You may like this one. I mean, it does have the Chanel aldehydes. It's not no breakdown, but beer for the fact that I have more than 10 different Chanel fragrances for male, female, or unisex. This definitely does have the aldehydes in it. Fougere quality, clean, dressed up, classy. I mean, as a unisex Chanel offering, especially in her less exclusive line, I don't believe it get any better than this. I mean, I do like 1957. I do like Coral Mandel, but just for my style, especially when I'm dressed up, smart casual, Oxford or turtleneck, I'm just feeling classy and sophisticated. this would be my choice. So for Friday, from the House of Chanel, that is boy, or as Cameron said, oh boy, boy. So for Saturday, wanted to do a little bit more test driving on this fragrance right here from the House of Wilhelm Parfumery. Shout out to Cam Burr from Carolina Fragrance Reviews for recommending this. And this was like months ago. He first did a first impression review on it. And it is Morning Chess. I do have a few different samples of different batches from Creed Aventus. Is this in the same wheelhouse or same category as Creed Aventus? Yes. Is it a direct clone? I don't think so. I believe this is Wilhelm Parfumery's take on a smoky batch of Aventus, because you're going to get, the pineapple, a very strong pineapple note up top. I'm not sure if there's any black currant in here, but it do, with the smokiness, I would assume there is, some sort of birch tar, maybe incense or leather in this, because it do go smoky after that 2-hour mark. It's going to give you smoky vibe, smoky Aventus vibe. Performance on this pretty good. I wore it yesterday, as I stated. I wore it overnight. I put it on around 12:30. I woke up around 7:45, 8 o'clock this morning. It is now 9:16. I still had to wash it off because when I woke up, it was still on there. It was faint. It was holding on, but it held on. So if it can last overnight, I'm pretty sure it can last, 95, 99% of your 8 hour. If you work an 8-hour workday, this is going to last. You may want to refreshen up if you want, that opening notes again. But this right here, performance wise, is great. Projection is going to project beastly for the first 2.5 hours. It goes down to average or moderate projection around that 4.5, 5-hour mark. And just from a certain few days, I got anywhere between 7.5 hours of usable performance or longevity up until 11, 12 hours. So it kind of depends on how my skin is feeling that day. If it's hydrated, if, it's warm and my body is emitting heat to, make it diffuse and spread around the room. But I do not regret this purchase at all. So for Saturday, from the House of Wilhelm Parfumery, and that is Morning Chess. And for today, Sunday, game day, I'm kind of mad or upset or disappointed that my Bills is on a bye week, but they needed it, especially after that BS loss to Arizona. Shout out to D. Hopkins, though. That was a great catch on 3 people, but that should have never happened. On a Hail Mary at the last seconds of the game. Should have never happened, especially after Diggs just caught that touchdown. But I digress from that. From the House of Cartier, and this is Pasha de Cartier Parfum. This is some grown man juice right here. You on your BI. You got on your Bill Cosby cardigan. I'm not sure, I shouldn't be saying him due to the cancel culture, but this is something I believe that somebody rocking a cardigan, a turtleneck sweater will also be great with this. This is just warm, fougere-like, but it's boozy. So I should say a bougere, or not to be bougie, but this right here, I think this is for a designer. This is definitely top 3 or top 5 best releases for designer of the year of 2020. Performance on this one, you're going to get, I believe, anywhere between 7 and 9 hours, with that 7.5, 8 hours probably being average. Projection is not a beast mode projector, but the best projection from this comes within the first 2.5 hours. It may be arm's length depending on how many sprays you do. So it's not going to fill up a room, but it will be noticeable for anybody, closer than that 6 foot, quota for social distancing. If you're in the grown men smelling fragrances, or you're the type of person that's always in at least a button up, Oxford, gingham, flannels, sweaters, especially, cardigans, anything with a shawl neck, turtleneck, I believe this will be, right up your alley for this one. So for Sunday, Pasha de Cartier Parfum. So that wraps up weekly rotation number 16. Drop down in the comments what you wore this week. I always read the comments. I always respond. If not within the first 5 minutes, definitely within the first 5 hours. Put a like on the video, just, helping the channel get a little bit more visibility. Once again, I'd like to thank all my subscribers for helping me hit that 150, sub mark. Been doing this maybe 5-6 months at the most. Every sub is greatly appreciated. Every view is greatly appreciated. Please don't forget to subscribe. I don't want everybody thinking you a hater. Plus, you just helping the channel to grow. Also, once again, please, look at right after the intro. There should be, I'm not sure how this is going to be edited, but there's going to be a screenshot. The first one will be the first winner of the giveaway. The second screenshot will be the second winner. Once again, hit me up in the email. That is pageofstyles@gmail.com. Let me know where I'm sending these off to. Until the next video, let's grow and evolve together. In this book of life, turn to the page of styles. Y'all be blessed and walk in peace.